In this week's Parsha, Avraham says to Hashem, "What can you give me? I am childless." Hashem directs Avram outside and asks him to look up and count the stars, saying, "Thus will be your descendants." Rav Meir Shapiro asks, what would be our reaction if someone told us to go out and count the stars? We'd ignore it. It's impossible. Why even bother? What did Avraham do? He went out and counted the stars. He attempted to do the impossible. Hashem responded, "This is the way your descendants will be. Ko yeh zarecha." This attribute that you're showing here now, when it looks impossible, when it looks beyond the reach of human beings, nevertheless to try, to give it one's best, that is the characteristic of Klal Yisrael. Even though the task seems almost impossible, we still must try. And when we try, we sometimes see that amazing things can happen. We think that we don't have such strengths or abilities to handle what life deals us. We think it's beyond our capability, but we try and we are given the strengths we need. That is the blessing of "Thus shall be your descendants." Klal Yisrael has the attribute of looking at something which seems impossible, but nevertheless trying, never giving up, and being rewarded with powers that they never thought they had. Rav Shimshon Raphael Hirsch says that there is significance in the fact that Hashem told Abraham, the first Jew, to go out and look at the stars. If one is accustomed only to looking at our world, at Earth, and one can start thinking that everything is nature, the sun rises in the morning and sets in the evening, there's laws of physics, of gravity, of all the different things, everything is a set pattern that is never broken. The natural order of things is perhaps appropriate for the nations of the world, but is not appropriate for Klal Yisrael. You, Avraham, have to go out and look at the stars. When you look at the stars, the vast constellations, you have a clearer view of the hand of Hashem, that there's a God who directs and takes interest in every single person's life. Therefore, maybe, Avraham, it appears to you that you're childless. Maybe you look at the earth and the world and you get the mindset, yes, this is the way it has to be. I'm childless, I'll never have children. But if you look up at the stars, where you can see the yad of Hashem, Hashem's hands, then that is your lot, Avraham, and that is the lot of your children. Yours is not a destiny of nature, but it's above nature. I want to read something to you that M.K. Dov Lipman posted yesterday, and he writes, "It's an outright miracle. 7 words. Can I please have some cold water?" These words were uttered this morning by Mem, an IDF commando who was critically injured in Lebanon 30 days ago and whose full name cannot be revealed. The nurse in the room was in shock. Mem had been in a coma since before being carried onto a helicopter to be rushed to the Rambam hospital in Haifa. Doctors gave him little chance for survival, and today he woke up on his own and is communicating with those around him. He concludes, "May God bless Mem with a full recovery and a long life filled with good health and happiness." But he left out something. I know Mem's mother, and so when he was injured, I joined a WhatsApp group of people who have been saying Tehillim for him daily. People who took the message of counting the stars to heart. He was critically injured and survival seemed impossible. But we are Jews, Ko yeh zarecha, and we said, so we'll do the impossible. All we have to do is try. And we tried and we said Tehillim, and the impossible happened. The doctors gave little hope of survival, but we are Jews, Ko yeh zarecha, and we said we are above nature. Hashem can do anything. And so we believed that and said Tehillim, and we experienced a miracle. Baruch Hashem. He did not wake up on his own. He woke up because of a nation of people who counted the stars. Be'ezus Hashem, we should continue to have a refuah shlema, and as a nation we should continue to see Nisim. Good Shabbos.